Beneath the rolling hills of modern-day Bulgaria, near the shores of the Black Sea, lies a secret. Buried for over 6,500 years, the treasures of the Varna Necropolis have emerged from obscurity. This is not a tale of pharaohs or Mesopotamian kings, but of a forgotten people. Who were these enigmatic individuals? How did they achieve such sophistication in an era often dismissed as primitive? And why did their civilization vanish so abruptly, leaving behind only whispers? Welcome to Uncharted Origins. Today, let's explore the Varna Gold, Europe's oldest civilization you never heard of. In the autumn of 1972, a bulldozer operator in Varna, Bulgaria, unearthed something incredible. What started as a routine dig turned into a historic find. Workers thought they found brass trinkets, but it was much more. Experts soon realized it was the oldest processed gold ever discovered. This discovery captivated archaeologists worldwide. A routine day turned into a moment that changed history. What made this discovery truly revolutionary was its age. Radiocarbon dating placed the site firmly between 4560 to 4450 BCE. That's 1,500 years before the first Egyptian dynasties, and 2,000 years before the royal tombs of in Mesopotamia. This changes everything about our history timeline. While River Valley civilizations were just starting, a Balkan culture had advanced goldsmithing and proto-writing. It's time to rethink what we know about ancient technology. The sophistication of Varna's goldwork challenges our assumptions about Neolithic technological capabilities. Microscopic analysis reveals these artisans employed techniques including lost wax casting, alloying, and cold hammering, methods not seen elsewhere until the Bronze Age. Some beads show precision drilling with holes less than a millimeter in diameter, requiring tools far more advanced than the stone implements typically associated with this period. But the gold tells only part of the story. The graves also contained copper tools, polished stone weapons, and over 1,200 pieces of spondylus shell jewelry. These exotic shells, native to the Mediterranean, suggest extensive trade networks spanning hundreds of miles. The presence of obsidian from the Aegean Islands and marble from the Balkans further confirms the Varna culture's connections to distant regions. The most striking grave, labeled Grave 43, a discovery that changes everything. A man in his 40s, buried with more gold than all others combined. His treasures? A gold-plated axe, arm rings, necklace beads, and a belt of gold discs. This wasn't just any man. He was likely a ruler priest. And he wasn't alone, was accompanied by sacrificed retainers. It was a practice previously thought to originate in much later Mesopotamian and Egyptian societies. The Varna Necropolis is blowing my mind. This ancient site reveals a society with surprising social complexity. Elite-class graves are filled with lavish gold items and ceremonial weapons. Artisans were buried with tools for metalworking and pottery. Laborers had simple burials with stone tools. This three-tiered structure predates similar hierarchies in Mesopotamia by centuries. Even more intriguing are clay tablets found in some graves bearing geometric markings. While not formal writing, these symbols show standardization and repetition, suggesting a system of record-keeping, a precursor to the cuneiform that would emerge 2,000 years later in Sumer. The culture's spiritual life appears equally developed. Many graves contain clay masks with gold accents, possibly used in funerary rituals. The frequent depiction of stylized female figures and bull motifs points to a matriarchal earth goddess cult intertwined with symbols of masculine power, a duality later seen in Minoan and Etruscan religions. But environmental stress alone doesn't explain the violence. DNA analysis of remains shows an influx of genetic markers from the Pontic-Caspian steppe around this time. The same population that would later spawn the Yamnaya culture, responsible for spreading Indo-European languages. Did these newcomers overwhelm the Varna people? Or did resource scarcity lead to internal strife and collapse? A chilling clue comes from the last graves. Elite burials suddenly contain weapons rather than ceremonial items, and mass graves appear with bodies thrown haphazardly. One pit held 30 skeletons, men, women, and children, with fatal head wounds. This grim find suggests a civilization that turned on itself when survival became precarious. The Varna culture's legacy may be more enduring than previously thought. Their spiral and solar symbols appear centuries later in Vinca pottery, and later still in Minoan and Mycenaean art. The practice of elite burial with gold regalia becomes standard in later Thracian, Greek, and Celtic societies. Most controversially, some scholars see parallels between Varna's metallurgy and the sudden appearance of gold working in Egypt's Naqada II period. Could knowledge have spread through surviving Varna refugees? While direct evidence remains elusive, the temporal and technological proximity invites speculation. Imagine the exchange of ideas, the blending of cultures, as artisans shared secrets across lands. It's a mystery that keeps historians and archaeologists intrigued. What do you think? Could these ancient worlds have been more connected than we ever imagined? The Varna Necropolis forces us to confront a startling possibility. Civilization didn't emerge in a single cradle, but flickered to life in multiple locations. These Balkan goldsmiths challenge the traditional narrative of Mesopotamia and Egypt as the sole progenitors of complex society. What if history is more intricate than we imagined? The Varna Necropolis invites us to rethink our origins. Yet mysteries linger. Why did their writing system fail to develop further? What caused their neighbors to the north to suddenly invade? And most hauntingly, what other advanced cultures lie buried, waiting to reshape our understanding of the ancient world? The Varna Gold whispers that history is not a straight line, but a labyrinth of forgotten possibilities. As archaeologists continue to unearth clues, we may find that our ancestors were far more inventive, and their falls far more tragic than we ever imagined.